धारी जयो गिरिवर भारी लाबा जयो गिरिवर धारी जयो गिरिवर धारी जयो गोपी जन वल्लभा जयो गिरिवर धारी जयो गिरिवर धारी निजन जयो गिरिवर धारी जयो गिरिवर धारी जयो यशोदानंदन जयो ब्रज जन रंजन जयो यशोदानंदन जयो ब्रज जन रंजन जयो यशोदानंदन जयो ब्रज जन रंजन जयो जयो ब्रज जन रंजन जयो यमुना तीरवनचारी जयो कुंज बिहारी 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 जयो राधा माधवा 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 जयो कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री 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 हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So welcome everybody for the morning Bhagavatam class. Today we are reading from Canto 10, which is the chapter is entitled the Samam Bonam, and we are reading from chapter 51, which is the deliverance of Muchukunda, and we will be going through texts 27, 28 and 29. 27 and 28 do not have any purport, so I'll read the translation. 29 we will chant. Text 27. Sri Muchukunda said, "Who are you who have come to this mountain cave in the forest, having walked on the thorny ground with feet as soft as lotus petals?" Text 28. Perhaps you are the potency of all potent beings, or maybe you are the powerful god of fire, or the sun god, the moon god, the king of heaven, or the ruling demigod of some other planet. Text 29. This is what we will chant. Manye tvam deva devanam त्रयाणाम पुरुषार्भाम आनाम पुरुषाशा सर्भम यद बाधसे गुहा ध्वंतम प्रदीपा प्रभया यथा मन्ये त्वाम देव देवानाम त्रयाणाम पुरुषार्षभाम पुरुषार्षभाम यद बाधसे गुहा ध्वंतम प्रपद्या प्रभाया यथा मन्ये त्वाम देवा देवानाम त्रयाणाम पुरुषार्षभाम यद बाधसे गुहा ध्वंतम प्रदीपा प्रभाया यथा शासनम उद्बादसे गुहद्वान्तं प्रभयायता तां देवदेवानां आनन्दुरतत्त्वम् Word for word meanings. Manye, I consider. Tvam, you. Deva Devanam, of the chief of the demigods. Trayanam, three. Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. Purusha, of the personalities. Rishabham, the greatest. Yet, because Badhase, you drive away. Guha, of the cave. Dhvantam, the darkness. Pradipa, a lamp. Prabhaya, with its light. Yatha, as. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation: I think you are the Supreme Personality among the three chief gods, since you drive away the darkness of this cave as a lamp dispels darkness with its light. Purport: Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur points out that with his effulgence, Lord Krishna dispelled not only the darkness of the mountain cave, but also the darkness in Muchukunda's heart. In Sanskrit, the heart is sometimes metaphorically referred to as guha, cavern, a deep and secret place. Krishna Prasthai Bhutani Srimati Jayaptak Swami Tinana Acharya Padayanta Ekavakdana Bharakata Ramdayana Prakramatana. So, actually there are some interesting points being made here which we shall study. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he writes in his prayer, it's a wonderful prayer and it's applicable to all the material jivas in this material world. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, as we know, is an eternal associate of Mahaprabhu, and he is pleading with all living beings to wake up from their deep, deep sleep. Anybody needs translation here? Yeah, comfortable? Sorry, Prabhu. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is pleading with all the living beings who are living here in this material world to wake up from their deep sleep. We know this song, Jeev Jago, Gaura Chandra Bole, Koto Nidra Jave, Maya Pishachere Koli. That is, Lord Gauranga is calling, wake up, sleeping souls, wake up, sleeping souls. How long will you sleep in the lap of the witch called Maya? take the holy names of Krishna. And then he goes on. So the main thing is that we all jivas here, we are in a very, very long, deep sleep. So this is our state in this material world. We are sleeping. We may say that yes, we are awake, but looked at it from the perspective of the spiritual world, we are asleep. Because we are controlled by the three modes of material nature, we think that yes, this Jagat is the be-all and end-all of everything. So, from that perspective, we are sleeping. So, in fact, we are eternally a part of Krishna. And love of Krishna is part of our spiritual condition, which we do not, or rather we seem to have forgotten for the moment. And that moment, of course, spans millions of lifetimes. But the fact is that yes, love of Krishna is embedded within us. As Prabhupada often says, that it is there. It is in a dormant state. And we just have got to waken it up. And it is there present in all the Jivatmas. So it is naturally inherent with us. In fact, it is our only real life. But somehow or the other, the soul is deeply sleeping. And in this deep slumber, we are in a dream state. So we go to the next stage. That is, firstly, we are sleeping. And I think so they are sitting on the floor. If one more. Idhar Raja Prabhuji. So firstly, we find that the jivas are sleeping, and then we now come to the stage that we are dreaming. And in this dream, we identify ourselves with someone whom we are not. With this mind which is filled with the ever-changing desires, the mind which is so turbulent and disturbed due to various attachments, and we are dreaming that covering this mind is the gross body composed of 5 senses, and each of these senses is dragging the mind deeper and deeper into the morass of enjoyment of the senses. So this is where we are going. So firstly we are sleeping, and then we start dreaming, and we think that yes, this body that we've got, or the various kinds of bodies which we inherit, is the be-all and end-all. We do not know something which is transcendental to this plane. And the mind is dragging us in various directions, and we end up in sense enjoyment and all of that. And Srila Prabhupada actually considers this body to be a chariot and the senses to be the 5 wild horses, like what is depicted here. And the reins are the mind which we need to control, but quite often the mind controls us. Especially because the mind is weak, we are not able to control. It becomes wild. So much so that even an exalted personality like Arjuna, he says, Chanchalam Himana Krishna. He tells Krishna, look, I can control the wind, which itself is an impossible task, but he says, I cannot control the mind. So the mind is taking us into various directions, sense enjoyment and things like that. And the soul is the passenger sitting in the chariot, and we need to control everything, but then everything else is controlling us. So this is the scenario. So we should know that this condition, it is all a dream, nothing else but a dream. Our actual position is in the loving service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is in the liberated condition. But we are asleep and we are governed by the three modes of material nature. And everything is done by those three modes, but we think, yes, maine kiya hai. I have done this. So sometimes we have nice dreams. Say we have won a lottery ticket, or we are going to exotic places like US, Switzerland and things like that. That's a nice dream. And when somebody wakes us up, we get irritated. It is but natural. Sometimes we have horrible dreams. We are confronted, say, with an earthquake or a tornado or something horrible like that, or even, say, a ferocious animal attacking us, all in this dream state. But then it can be related to realities, what we are going through in this material world. So we are dreaming, and then when somebody wakes us up, we are grateful. Yes, आपने हमें बचा लिया. So this is what we go through in this material world. Now, Krishna consciousness means that we have to wake up from this dream to understand our eternal position, which is the eternal form in the spiritual world. And we need to understand that it is ecstatic. It has unlimited joy and love for Krishna. And that is the reason why, like Krishna comes here to redeem Muchukunda, Krishna comes, or he sends his emissaries. Like Mahaprabhu himself came. Bhaktino Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, our own Srila Prabhupada. All these personalities have been deputed by Krishna to redeem all of us. And then our own spiritual masters, who have played a very significant role in each of our lives to see that, yes, we steer in the right path and then go back home, back to Godhead. But then we need to understand that this, while that is the actual reality, what we get into the equation is that we contend with happiness, success, heat, cold, success, failure, happiness, distress, heat, cold, success, failure. We get into these dualities in this material world. So it is all a dream in this relative world. And Prabhupada explains in this 1:2:11 Vadanti Tat Tattva Vidas about the relative world. He explains it very, very nicely, and he compares it with what prevails in the spiritual world. I'll read from the purport. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmati paramatmeti bhagavan iti sabdyate. This is 1:2:11. I'm reading only from an excerpt from the purport where he talks about the dualities. So, as it is explained in the first sloka of the first chapter of the Bhagavatam, which is Janmadi Yasya Yataha, the supreme truth is self-effulgent, cognizant, and free from the illusion of relativity. Here we are all immersed in relativity. In the relative world, the knower is different from the known, but in the absolute truth, both the knower and the known are one and the same thing. In the relative world, the knower is the living spirit, or the superior energy, whereas the known is the inert matter or inferior energy. Therefore, there is that duality which we often experience here: heat and cold, happiness, distress, etc. So, he talks more about those kind of concepts which do not prevail in the spiritual world. Like, to give an example, our body and us, the spirit soul, are different. Body is material, spirit soul is spiritual. Krishna's body and Krishna, no difference. Similarly, all the people who inhabit the spiritual world, they have spiritual bodies. Of course, in the Vaikuntha planets, you could have 400 forms. In the other realms, you could have 200 forms and whatever. But the body is spiritual. But the moment you encounter the material world, you get a material body, the soul is spiritual. Now, coming back to this dream discussion, it is only Krishna who can wake us up from that dream. And that dream is worked out by Maya. And Maya has put us all in a deep slumber. And we need to wake up. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that Devi Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratya. It is very difficult. Prabhupada translates that as the divine energy of mind, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross it. So, we can see what is the background where we are subsisting. So, the next question is, Krishna wakes us up, like he is waking up Uchupanda here. When does he wake us, all of us, up? Now, we all know Krishna is Krishna and Krishna's name, non-different from each other. The vibration of Krishna's name is actually what wakes us up. And we saw this aspect when I recounted the circus example, the three modes of material nature, that hatta khatta hati. It got trapped there, thinking, why? That rope, although it was flimsy, it thought, no, that rope is very thick. It did not make any effort. All the other animals ran away. This hathi was burnt. Our condition is similarly like that. We think material modes of nature, that is be all and end all of it. And we don't make much of an effort to get out of this place. Whereas our spiritual masters have given us this holy name, Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada, etc. They have given us this holy name. They have explained the importance of this holy name. And this holy name is the panacea for the evils which confront us in this material world. So we do a proper japa, especially that 11th offense, that we need to concentrate. Srila Prabhupada says, now what is the difficulty? You speak from your mouth, you chant from your mouth, you hear from your ear and pray from your heart. It's so simple. But yes, it is also difficult. We know that. But this is the solution. That yes, how we can realize that we need to get out of this dream state in which we find ourselves in and go back home, back to the spiritual world. And when we do proper japa, spiritual master, Mahaprabhu, they have that special scissors to cut the knots of the three modes of material nature. Once you are out of their clutches, you are back home, back to Godhead. So that is the equation how we have to get out of this material world. On the other hand, I'm just stressing on the importance of a good quality chanting. Suppose we are sleeping there. We are in a deep slumber, actual physical sleep. and you come and write on the board, Prabhuji, please wake up. Will I wake up? No. It is the sound vibration which will wake us up, not the mere letters written on this board. It is a sound vibration. So that is the reason why I re-emphasize that a good quality japa is very essential. And especially what Prabhupada has given us, this capsule, morning Mangala Arti, then the Narasimha Arti, then Tulsi Arti, then you do proper japa, then Bhagavatam class. I mean, this itself is a good tonic to see you through the day. So you do proper japa here, Bhagavatam classes, etc. This will enable us to get lifted from this place. So Krishna had explained that to get over the three modes of material nature is very difficult. And in fact, Krishna is compared to the sun. Krishna Surya Sama, Maya Hoy Andakar, Jaha Krishna Taha Nae Mayar Adhikar. So, where Maya is, Krishna is not there, and we are all trapped in Maya. But if we get close to Krishna, Maya has no access there. How do we know this? Vyasadeva Samadhi, in the first canto, when he is despondent, Narada Muni prods him, कि भैया तुमने किया क्या है अभी तक. Then he gets into the Samadhi. In the Samadhi, he sees the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. What else does he see? He sees Maya Devi there, under the full control of the Supreme Lord, hiding, chipa hua. And the slokas after that explain Jivatma actually is spiritual, but he mistakenly thinks he is under the control of Maya and thereby gets into all kinds of problems. Right? And that is the reason why Prabhupada explains that Vyasadeva wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is another help for all of us that we can get out of this. So we can understand now, when does Krishna come and wake us up? I mean, it won't be sufficient if I write there, Prabhuji, please wake up. Nothing happens. Now, where is Krishna? In the heart. Now, here in this sloka, Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur explains that sometimes the heart is called a guha. Guha actually means a cave. I mean, you all Hindi, you will know that better. In this cave, a deep secret cave, the spirit soul is living side by side with the Paramatma. The spirit soul is there, Paramatma is there. It is deep within the heart of the individual. But we do not know where this cave is. Nor can we find out the access routes to this cave. Although that is the very essence of our spiritual life. And Krishna is right within this heart. Now, without the heart, nothing can function. The Vedas explain that the consciousness of the soul, they permeate through the body, that is, they go through the body because of the action of the soul. The moment the soul removes itself from the body, that blood flow stops. Right? Now, supposing you take your thumb and you tie this very, very tightly, there is no flow of blood. This becomes numb. You won't have sensation. So, the soul is very necessary for the sensation to be developed within the body. On the other hand, you take nails or the hair, no blood circulation, no sensation, you can cut it, you don't have any feeling. So, what I'm trying to underline is the importance of the soul there. So the moment the soul stops, the heart stops. Now, let us take this one step further. Supposing you are undergoing, God forbid, nobody should, a heart bypass or something complicated like that. Now, the heart surgeon, he could be the best of surgeons in India or overseas. He comes, he examines, he does his cutting, this, that, joining. In fact, I was hearing a lecture by His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj. He was saying that these heart surgeons are glorified plumbers, nothing else. So you could take the heart, put it in some chamber, that is beating separately, your body is being pumped separately, all that could happen. Then you take the heart and you put it back there, operation done. Now for the heart to continue to beat, you need permission. I mean, you may have the best of the surgeons, but unless the permission is granted, the heart will not start beating. Like for instance, when I come from Bangalore, I take a flight and I incur some expenses. I write down on a piece of paper, this is my expenses, say 7,000 rupees. Amritesh Prabhu is the chief of finance here. I go to him, Prabhuji, paisa dijiye. He'll say, paisa nahi dega. Where is the approval? I'm taking an accounting example to explain that. So similarly, heart is put back there. Everything is stitched. But for it to pump, the Paramatma has to sanction. We need to realize that. And you may, all these heart surgeons, they may have the best of microscopes and whatever else equipments they need, but they've still not been able to find out the existence of the soul. And of course, Paramatma, etc., is very, very far away in this equation of finding out. So mankind has still not been able to come up to that extent that yes, he will be able to see or prove the existence of the soul. All the heart surgeons will say, okay, operation done, now you start praying. The ultimate sanction has to come from there. So, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he comes back and explains that you drive away the darkness of this cave as a lamp dispels darkness with this light. That is the crucial point which we need to recognize here. So Lord Krishna not only dispelled the darkness of the mountain cave, but also the darkness in the Muchukunda's heart, which is what we saw all this now. So pretty deep-rooted meaning what Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has said in this purport. And we can see that Krishna is located within the innermost chambers of the heart, to which we don't have access. So when we see the outside world with all its attractiveness, enjoying the senses, this, that, etc., we do not get the access what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is describing. On the other hand, when we follow the instructions of, say, Srila Prabhupada, we get glimpses. We get to realize that, yes, there is something more to this material world in the spiritual world. So, as long as we are enjoying with our senses, we are telling Krishna that I want to continue this dream, Baba. Please don't wake me up. We go on sleeping. So the choice really is ours, whether we want to continue to sleep or we want to wake up. The choice is ours. Now, how did Muchukunda tell Krishna that he is ready to wake up? This is what we will see now. He was in a very deep sleep, completely asleep in that cave. And Muchukunda actually, prior to the war, he was living a very opulent life. He had a good palace, good family, ruling over a kingdom, this, that, etc. He was living nicely. Then he got this request from the Devatas that you please help us, and he helped. Now, this is the most crucial point here. He helped the Devatas, and he fought for the Devatas for a very long time with such courage that he even lost his family, he lost his palace, everything else. I mean, this war in the upper realms continued for such a long time that in the material world, everything else sort of decayed, passed over. He defeated the Asuras in the valiant battle. The Devatas were safe now. So this is a selfless service which was recognized by Krishna. This is how we tell Krishna we are ready to wake up. When we selflessly serve the other devotees, we give the indication to Krishna, yes, we are ready to wake up. Now, of course, we know that Krishna knew of that special boon which he got. And of course, Krishna, the master strategist that he is, he knows how to take 2 mangoes or 3 mangoes with just 1 stone. He wanted to kill Kalyavana and he wanted to wake up Muchukunda. He achieved both of them just by 1 stroke. Why? Because Muchukunda fought selflessly. He helped Krishna's devotees. Now, we may wonder, the Lord is there in his spiritual world. Why does he have to come down here personally? We have heard this from the Svetaswatara Upanishad, Parasya Shaktir Vividhaya Shruyate. Right? The Lord has various energies to take care of his whatever he wants. And he could get it done easily. Prabhuji, you got that?
Yes.
He is not in sleep, he is hearing. Now, for instance, this chart, of course, I don't have it here. You're all able to see the chart?
Yes.
Right. This shows the link between the Goloka Vrindavan, spiritual world, and our material world, and the layers which prevail within. The first is Krishna, right? The expansion is Balaram Nityananda Prabhu, right? The first expansion. It's not expansion. In fact, Prabhupada says Balaram is Krishna's body, period, full stop. He doesn't even term it as expansion, right? And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami adds Nityananda Prabhu to that. Then comes the first Chaturvyuha expansions. Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Sankarshana. The first expansion, Chaturvyuha, Sankarshana, is called Mula Sankarshana. From this Mula Sankarshana expands the 400 form of Narayana, who is in the Vaikuntha planet. And all his associates will also have 400 forms. Now, Narayana again expands into Chaturvyuha expansion. And this Sankarshana here, again Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Anuruddha, this Sankarshana is called Mahasankarshana. From Mahasankarshana comes Karunadakshaya Vishnu, lying on the Karna ocean. And then from Karunadakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, lying on the Garbhodaka ocean. Then you have the lotus and Brahmaji. Brahmaji does the creation. In fact, Karunadakshaya Vishnu, by his glance on Durga Devi, that has 2 features. One is Shiva, Rudra feature, and the Kala. He impregnates Durga Devi with that vision. The material world is created. and then Garbhodaka Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and then Kshirodakshay Vishnu. And then you have Anantasesh holding the other thing. Krishna is there in Goloka Vrindavan enjoying with his Gopas and Gopis. Now, this material universe is a highly complicated structure. In fact, Sukadeva Goswami explains in 5th canto that even someone with a lifetime of Brahma, what is the life of Brahma? 311 trillion 40 billion years. Someone with that lifetime will not be able to explain one Brahmanda. And you have millions of Brahmandas floating around. Krishna is enjoying in the spiritual world. You see, so Krishna has his energies to carry out anything and everything. But Guru Maharaj was explaining in one lecture that there is one thing Krishna does not delegate. He comes personally. When there is a requirement of Adan Pradan with his devotees, to take his devotees back to the spiritual world, he does not do this delegation. So if Krishna gives importance to Vaishnav Seva, what is sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander, hum logon ko bhi we need to. That is why Prabhupada says that yes, Vaishnava Seva, we should help the devotees. So the moral is that we all need to be humble, selfless servants, which is what Muchukunda was, and Krishna recognized that. Krishna came personally. He did not send anybody else. He recognized that, yes, there has been a selfless service by Muchukunda to protect his devotees, and that is why he comes personally. Hare Krishna. Sorry? Sheshnag is expansion of Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Sheshnag and Kshirodakshay Vishnu, both from Garbhodakshay Vishnu. And this 5th canto is actually very, very interesting. It's pretty big, but it's a very interesting thing.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
We hear like the different incarnations of Lord comes na, Lord Ram, Lord Narsingha.
Yeah.
So they are like directly Supreme Lord, or they also comes in the same sequence like Balram, then like all the sequence how it is going.
Actually, I don't have the chart here. I had it in my thing. See, in the Goloka Vrindavan, you have Mathura Vrindavan, then you have Dwarka, then you have Ayodhya. This is in that first petal, which is right on top. You know that pink kind of a picture? This is there. Then you have expansion of Balaram, and then Nityananda Prabhu, of course, and that side Radharani. Okay? This is all in that Goloka. Then you have the Chaturvyuha expansion, then you have the Vaikuntha planets. I mean, if you see that Vaikuntha, that band, you will find Narasimhadev there. Ayodhya is on top. So, it all depends as to which avatar or which expansion you are talking about. And what do you mean, what is the difference between an expansion and an avatar? Expansion takes place in the spiritual world. Okay? Avatar is when they descend down to the material world to redeem all of us. That is when the avatar equation comes into play.
If I ask particularly about Lord Ram.
Ayodhya, Goloka Vrindavan. If you see that picture, unfortunately I don't have that laptop, it is there. I mean, Mathura, Vrindavan, Dwaraka, and then Ayodhya, right below that. Sorry? Looking at that picture, where Ayodhya is in the spiritual world, it is Krishna. That is, even Mahaprabhu, like this Ete Chamsa Kalapamsam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, I checked with a few devotees in Mayapur, that Ete Chamsa Kalapamsam you can apply to Mahaprabhu also. Whereas where that sloka is being recounted, you see, Vyasadeva is talking about all the avatars in that first canto. In fact, he includes Krishna also as an avatar. Then he adds that Krishna is a special and he is the original. You want to add anything more, brother?
This, I think, what he is getting confused is, we hear this also, that all the demigods and all, whenever they need some help, so they go to Shirodaksha Vishnu. And in Prabhupada purports also it comes, that Shirodaksha Vishnu comes and all these avatars...
From the spiritual world.
Huh?
Shirodaksha Vishnu comes from the spiritual world.
No, Shirodaksha Vishnu is there in Shir Sagar, no?
Yeah. Where is Shir Sagar?
That is
Svetadvip.
Svetadvip. That is spiritual world only.
Sorry?
Spiritual world.
Yeah. 1 minute. There are 3 Svetadvips.
Okay.
Sorry? 1 minute. No, in the material world there are 2. I am explaining that. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, that lotus, unfortunately I don't have the picture, that lotus, this thing in the spiritual world which is shown there, that is called Svetadvip. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains in Adi Leela. Then there are 2 other Svetadvips in material world, one of which is in the Dhruvaloka. Now Dhruvaloka actually, although within the material world, is actually known as spiritual world because it is not subject to devastation. And the 7 islands and the 7 dvipas, usme, that Shir Sagar mein, that Svetadvip is there. In fact, when Brahmaji etc., they are confronted by the tyranny of Hiranyakashipu, they go to that Svetadvip to talk to Shirodaksha Vishnu. So there are 2 Svetadvips here. Within the material world, one Svetadvip is actually known as in the spiritual world because it is in Dhruvaloka. The other Svetadvip is in that 7 islands, which Priyavarta Maharaj, he did that, 7 islands and 7 oceans.
So here the point is, Guruji, like we hear now about Krishna, once in a day of Brahma, the original Krishna comes.
Yeah.
But other times, the Shirodaksha Vishnu, he comes as Krishna.
Yeah.
Same way, all other times, that Shirodaksha Vishnu comes as Vara, Narsimha. Although they are same, like they have their own planets.
Right.
So that what understanding you wanted to clarify.
Yeah, you have explained it nicely, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you.
Regarding same point, in one of the lecture I heard that Lord Rama, Lakshmana and Bharat Shatrughan, they all are Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha.
Could be possible. I have not, come across that. It could be possible, Prabhu. I have not studied that angle from that thing.
This understanding also is given. Actually, their answers are there. Like,
there?
How to put it? Answer kya bolte usko? Their energy is there. Like we hear about this, no? That Ananta says he is coming from Sankarshan. And Chitraketu Maharaj was a devotee of Sankarshan.
Yeah, that's right. He used to pray to...
Same way this Bharat Shatrughan and others. So they are coming from that particular, that expansion is there.
Could be, Prabhu.
Answer we call it. Actually in Bharat Bhagavata Amrita also, in similar line, the whole things are being explained. From Golok Vrindavan down to all other avatars. And the position of...
we need to do a deep study to be able to understand all of this. Actually, my little knowledge is from that 5th canto which I studied. So, in the 5th canto, they explain parts of all of this. this Swetadeep and this and that.
Hare Krishna Guru. I was having one little query, like in between you were saying about consciousness. So, consciousness flow through blood or like how? You were saying just like you were giving the example of tying the thumb.
See, the consciousness has to permeate this entire body. What is consciousness? That is, if I hit myself, I have a feeling, right? So that feeling is consciousness. That feeling is given out by the soul through the blood circulation. Where the blood does not circulate, like the hair or the nail, the consciousness is not there. We can cut it, we don't feel it. But supposing we injure our hand, consciousness is there. That's what is. Shall we wind up, Prabhu? Grantaraj is Prabhu? He is Tattvavit. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल, जय गुरु महाराज की जय।